Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It is a really nice morning. I don't know why. I redid my room, y'all. I had to move stuff around. I always say when my OCD kick in, I get stressed and I gotta clean. It's a habit, okay? But I moved my room around. I feel like every time I do a video, I'm in another area, but I did. It's really cute. A bed diagonal, a lot of stuff, okay? So to start this off today, we're going to start some Discord conversations, okay, about law and like different topics. So today we are talking about the police no-knock warrants. I was looking at the news all night, y'all, okay, and I was just looking up so much stuff I came up with all these topics to talk about. So I'm gonna have a lot of videos on these different topics, and I'm curious about what you guys think, or do you believe in them? And I'm gonna also add to those I'm gonna share the screen on this one too. So I'll always have an article or something like a case we're going to talk about that match it, so we can explain this, because I never understand why things happen the way it do with the police. There's just so much to talk about. It's like they're like public enemies to like everybody, and they see us as the enemy, not just like, I'm not talking about black people, but just like people in general, because those warrants, like those like no-knock warrants, they go to anybody, and it's just, I feel like it always turn deadly. We all know they do. So before we jump into it, let me tell y'all what I read last night. It was like 2 a.m. this morning. I couldn't go to sleep, so I went on Apple News, and I heard the saddest story, and this kind of woke me up. I was thinking, I'm like, our problems are really not that serious. And every time I try to be happy, you try to look past the negative, all the scary stuff that's happening out there. But that's why I just ended up, I was like, you know what, I tend not to look that way to the positive stuff, because it's too much going on right now to do so. It's all good to look like, toward the happiness. Go look at some cartoons, which I had to after what I'm gonna tell y'all what I read. I just feel like there's so much scary stuff happening right now. We got war going on. We got constant death that you just have to talk about it. We need to talk about this. And that's why I'm doing this video, okay? But y'all, the story I read last night, it was about the war going on, with Israel and Palestine, that whole thing. And then it was this article that was about this doctor that went there. And he gave his whole story, because he's Israeli and a Palestinian. He went there to help. He came back, and he was there for like a week, and then he went on 2 trips. And y'all, when I tell y'all that story, I went crying, which I was like really tired. I was like reading it, but it will make you cry. It's a very sad story. Just tell you like what's going on over there, and what he saw like up close. And it really put everything into perspective. My life is like not bad, and I be complaining over here talking about like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with my life. I just graduated. I got a bachelor's. A lot of women in other countries don't even get to go to school. So I try to tell myself, girl, please be more grateful, be more humbled. We got food and water. A lot of people don't even have food and water. A lot of countries are struggling with water, and a lot of people are getting killed every day. They get hunted, and I'm in a comfortable place, roof over my head, family. So yeah, we take a lot of stuff for granted, and I need to cut that out. That's what I told myself after reading that. I was like, I knew it before, but I was like, it's just, every time I read something, even these cases I'd be like looking at, I'm like, I am so grateful to be here. And I think I need to tell myself that every morning. I try to read a quote every morning, so I think I need to get back into like, not stop feeling sorry for myself, because my life is not bad. It's like, girl, you should be lucky to be here. And I think a lot of us should think that way. While I'm blabbering, okay, but that was a really touching story. I just cannot believe the stuff I heard. I was like, the stuff I read, oh my God, kudos to him. That story was amazing, okay? It was just one I saw last night, okay? But y'all, I'm gonna share the screen with y'all. We talk about this, and then we're gonna break down police no-knock warrants. Today's warrants, oh my God, they always turn out deadly. They always turn out deadly. Either they go to the wrong house, they got the wrong person. It's like they overdo it. It's just, I feel like these warrants are dangerous. They're dangerous to like the public. I feel like every time they do it, they don't have the full information. No matter what it is, I feel like they should not have these. It's such an invasion of privacy. Can we talk about that? If it's not like to be honest, if it's not like a serial killer case, I feel like it's an invasion of privacy. People be sleep. and they wake up to like gunfire. They go in and they start shooting like crazy. They sneak people behind. It's just like, I would not know what to do in that situation. That's so freaking scary. And I wonder who came up with this. So I got an article. They're talking about a couple of cases that involves the no-knock warrants, which one is Breonna Taylor. We all know that case. Is going to highlight that one. We're going to talk about what it is and why do they have them, should they be here, and all that. So this is like not really an intro, but we're just going to jump into it. So I'm going to share the screen with you guys. Okay, y'all, so we're just going to jump right into this, okay? This is the Breonna Taylor, Amir Locke, and the dangers of warrant executions. So I'm going to go through this, and I'm going to pause a lot and, like, go back and talking to y'all face-to-face, because this is kind of a long, like, it's a lot, okay? It's a lot of words. So let's just start this. 2 years ago, Breonna Taylor went to sleep, and nearly 2 months ago, Amir Locke did the same. The commonplace, tranquil act of falling asleep in one's own home should not have ended in tragedy. But it did for Breonna Taylor and Amir. These tragedies and so many others were the direct result of police costly and recklessly executing warrants. The link between search warrant executions and casualties is not a new one. No-knock warrants have been executed by police officers with horrifying consequences for decades. Between 2010 and 2016, dozens of civilians and multiple law enforcement officers have died during no-knock raids. Due to law enforcement notorious refusal to transparently track information of this sort, we will likely never know the extent of how many people have been lost or harmed because of these warrant executions, but we know enough. So first of all, no-knock warrants are warrants that are executed from the judge. They hand these down to, when they go up there to ask for a warrant. I really want to know what's the process. I need to know the process to get one, because I feel like I said, it's such an invasion of privacy. For them to even get approved, I would think you would need like all the evidence. But you know how many cases there are when they don't have enough evidence and they still are able to get these? I feel like the justice system, they try to make it seem like they're doing like the law, like doing the right thing, but they're really not, because they always turn out badly. I don't think there's ever been a good one. They always turned out deadly. It's crazy. But these warrants allow them to go to not knock. That's the whole point of no knocking warrant. They're able to go into sneak into somebody's homes. How about that? We got them kicking in doors, picking locks. There's so many ways, going through windows. Y'all, it's literally like it's literally a burglar going into your home. And you think about that. You get a gun because you hear somebody and they see a gun, they're gonna kill you. They don't have to announce themselves, and I think that's so freaking crazy. People be asleep and they just like wake up to screaming and guns in your face, and then they shoot. I never understood that. I think it's so dark, it's so freaky, it's so scary, and that should not be a part of the law. These warrants, I think they did say they are banned in some states, but I don't know about that. But let's get to reading. We know many examples of police executing no-knock raids at wrong addresses, such as the raid that resulted in 7-year-old Ayanna Stanley Jones' death. We know of police throwing a flashbang and grievously injuring an 18-month-old toddler known as Boo Boo by his family. We know that plainclothes law enforcement officers forcefully entered 92-year-old Katherine Johnson's residence in a no-knock raid, and when she fired one shot that did not strike any officers, police shot at her 39 times, killing her. Police killed a 92-year-old woman. Shot her 39 times because she's thinking somebody's breaking into her home. That's a new one. I never even knew about that one. Oh my God. And like, I don't know. I have another thing I'm going to talk about another episode, basically another video. But I'm also going to say it on here. I don't understand what they be afraid of. We do have there are some cases where, if it's like gang violence involved, I kind of get it. They have weapons and they shoot immediately back at the police too. But there's like some cases, like probably most of the cases, where people are taken like aback and they have guns for their safety and they hear somebody breaking in, so they start shooting, or they might have a gun and ask who's in their house, and all they do is have to see a gun and they start shooting. these people, and that's definitely when they do raids like this, they beat a SWAT team. You're telling me these people, they're so afraid, like one bullet and they missed. They have so much protection. These people have no protection. Okay, these people with guns have no protection. They have shields, they have hats, they have like freaking crazy armor, crazy pattern. A bullet isn't gonna hurt them. It's not gonna hurt them. And it's insane how they be so scared. They'll shoot even if they see a knife. It's like, I'm like, what are you so afraid of? Y'all are so heavily protected. You have every weapon on you. So for that to happen with that 92-year-old woman, that should not have happened. I think that's just so insane. And I just pray that, I need to look that case up. Like, I pray like all of them were fired, but we know for some reason they protect each other, which I do have another one. We're going to talk about another video about that as well. So let's finish, okay? In Johnson, okay, this is the lady, 92-year-old one, Kathy Johnson. In Johnston's case, officers then continued to engage in galling conduct after her death to cover up the misconduct. Guys, I have another one about that too, cover-ups. Oh my God, we're going to talk about that too in another video. They were sentenced to prison after lying under oath. Okay, thank you. Falsifying warrant justification documents, planting marijuana in the 92-year-old woman's home in her residence, and falsely claiming that cocaine was purchased at the residence. This raid is just one of the many conduct in the deeply racialized war on drugs that has resulted in deaths, property damage, and extreme violence. That is insane. Okay, next. Police turn the public into the enemy. I know that's right. That is so true. They see everybody as like freaking enemies now. You can't even walk around. They only want you, like, we have freedom of speech, and you curse and they try to fight you. Like, what the heck? So when examined, the rationale behind no-knock warrants make little sense. No-knock warrants allow law enforcement to force entry and search private residence without knocking or identifying themselves. The reasoning behind the largely revolves around the officer's safeties and the fear that drugs or other evidence pertaining to an investigation will be disposed of if police announce their presence before entering. But no-knock warrants create impossible circumstances that expose the public to predictably deadly consequences while also placing officers in danger. That is true too. That is all true. I feel like you always got, the ones we see, the cases that involve this, they don't announce themselves. They don't. And the fact that it's so much lying that goes into this. Why do there's something about police officers and them wanting, just because they have a gun, they believe they're above the law, they have all the power. That's all it is. And this is the perfect example, the Stanford experiment. I learned this in psychology. I watched the whole video about it. It was basically like a movie when they put them in the fake prison and they gave some people the roles as the inmates and then other roles as the officers, just to see what would happen. And yeah, what happened is exactly what everybody thought was going to happen. That they clicked in, that the officers took advantage of these people, and they kind of stopped thinking. They had numbers. Also, the inmates had numbers, so it's kind of like they stripped them of their names, like the police, and they literally was violating them, hurting them, assaulting them, and this is all just an experiment. That said a lot, how people who believe they're in power really do act like that. That's a mental thing. You, just because you have a weapon or you have a bat or something, that you could control somebody. That's exactly what policemen are. They just believe that they're above the law just because it's their job. But it's y'all need to get paid enough. So I don't understand it. People who do this and don't get paid enough are psychopaths. So let's get back to it. Consider this. We all wake up differently. Some people struggle to shake off sleep to the point where it takes minutes for the world to slip into focus. Others are alert more quickly, but even then, there is variance. What if they were ill the night before? What if they took medicine that made them drowsy? What if this was the first time sleeping well in days? The factors that affect sleep and wakefulness are endless. Yet it's clear that when we awake, sleep inertia is routinely present. That is true. That is true. And it shows itself through disorientation and cognitive impairment. You're literally thrown off. You're thrown off when you wake up. so quick. This is not controversial, and even anecdotal experience points to the obvious. People are less alert when they transition from sleep to wakefulness. Police officers know this, even children recognize this, and that's also why they do it, to throw people off. Y'all know something? When I was in my dorm, oh my god, this is a perfect example. Let me tell y'all what happened real quick. Take a break. It's the alertness when you wake up. It was around, I was so tired the day before. I had a crazy exam. I was like getting no sleep, and I was like, I was after taking the test and I passed it. I was like, I can finally go to sleep. In our dorms, I was in a suite. Okay, I was an upper class, so I ended up getting a suite, and thank God I had a suite the whole time I was here. Lucky. They have too many. First of all, the schools have too many alarms. We had a fire alarm in our room, my room, a fire alarm in my roommate room. We had a fire alarm in the living area. That's how it is. There's 3 in each dorm. There's like 400 rooms, y'all, and they're in the hallway too. They're so loud. So tell me why I'm sleeping, knocked out sleep, okay? The thing is right in the middle, and my bed was right in the middle at the time. Tell me why I'm knocked out sleep, cold. I was like so happy to be knocked out. It was like 4 a.m. in the morning, and out of nowhere, though that noise, the alarm come on, all 3 of them. And my door was shut, and my alarm is just in my head. And I woke up so fast, and I tripped out of my bed. And I'm talking about, I had to stop for a second because I got so dizzy I couldn't move. Like, it was just a piercing sound. I was literally about to get sick. That's how loud it was. And I was like, oh my god, it was so freaking loud. I ran outside to get away from that sound. I was like, oh, I need to sue them. I said, no, we need one. One of those are loud enough for all of this. The fact that we have 3 in one of these small dorms was insane. Every time that alarm come on, it really make your head hurt, y'all. The noise is so pounding, and it really, like he said, like the reader or whoever wrote this, is meant to, like, well, not that, but like when they go into your home, think about that. You wake up so quick. Think about how I was asleep and somebody like busted through my door and just yelling. I would wake up so fast and just like so dizzy and drowsy. That's what that is. And I think that's so insane. That says a lot, and that's why they want you to do that. But when it's also crazy because I'm pretty sure they're gonna say when they do that, you're waking up so drowsy, so disoriented, you keep moving. They're gonna tell you to stop moving, don't move, don't do anything. You're like taken back, and you're trying to figure out what's going on, and then they shoot you. That's the whole thing right there. Let's get back to it. That really did say all of that. So we know one thing too. Police and the system that enables them don't seem to care. The point of no-knock warrants is to leverage the elements of surprise in order to serve law enforcement's interests. This is particularly disturbing because many warrants executions are for gathering evidence, but police still prioritize securing the evidence over people's lives. No-knock warrants and other similar warrants create a troubling paradigm. Oh, I said that wrong, y'all. It is one where law enforcement officers intrude into a home without meaningfully identifying themselves, breaking down doors and damaging property while pointing guns at people who may have just been asleep or who are otherwise shocked by the abrupt armed intrusions into their residence. Everyone, regardless of their involvement, can potentially get caught in resulting crossfire. That is true. The underlying logic accompanying these raids is chilling as they invoke militarism and equipment, tactics, and mindset. And also, they don't need, like I said, they don't need to be having all the evidence before they do some of this stuff, which is what's crazy. One in which civilians become enemies regardless of due process. After all, officers are forcefully entering residences with the willingness to kill people, while also endangering the lives of those in nearby residences. The presumption of innocence does not seem to apply to any individual. During these raids, police execute warrants in a way reminiscent of a home invasion from the perspective of civilians. As a result, the fact that people have fired upon police officers or believe they were being robbed is absolutely unsurprising. Exactly. That's what you would do if somebody was in your home. And the fact that they shoot you, somebody, they were scared. You came in my home. What do you expect me to do? That's what I just think is so crazy. And then another thing I need to put on the list too of things to talk about is that they overkill. What is the point of overkilling? A bullet to stop you. One bullet will stop you. You know, I be seeing those cases. It's certain ones, okay, when I be seeing when it was a man who was shooting like crazy, which I'm all for. I'm like, you do what you gotta do. They need to, take him out because he had a machine gun shooting at people. And then he started running. And then people was mad that they did shoot like crazy at this man. And I kind of understand because that man was shooting at them with a freaking machine gun. But they was like, well, he stopped shooting. And I'm like, well, at the same time, he's a dangerous lives. I kind of get why they killed him. But I was like, why not go for the legs? That's your job as a police officer. It's not your job to just kill people. This is not your job to kill people. You should have shot him at the legs when he was shooting at y'all. How about that? But he wasn't dangerous, so I kind of get that one. But the overkill is like what's crazy, how they still kill even though people are down. You can shoot the knees and they're done. They can't get up. They're like paralyzed from there and they're done. Why would they shoot like in the head? Like, it's just some crazy shots, y'all. Let's get through, okay? I want to talk about, we're going to skip down here because some of these, y'all, it's just so much. And I wanted to find the one. We're going to go here, okay? The courts fail in their duty to protect. It's like, in theory, a judge is supposed to sign off that no-knock warrants satisfy legal requirements, use specific language, and contain reasoning for why the element of surprise is needed. None of this lends itself to reality. For one, judges are dangerously deferential to law enforcement warrants requests at the expense of the citizenry. An investigation by the Denver Post revealed that no-knock warrants are approved with such regularity that judges issue no-knock warrants even when law enforcement asks for regular warrants. They are part of the problem. In Utah, there have been instances of judges approving search warrants in seconds or a few minutes. In Minneapolis, warrants have been challenged after they were approved using boilerplate language. The uses of boilerplate language has also been found, I don't know what that is, by other courts and through investigation reporting such as Little Rock, Arkansas, not where I live. Where in 97 of 105 cases, law enforcement violated the law by not providing specific information for why a no-knock warrant was needed. So I'm guessing the boilerplate language is like that. Is that what that is? How they, I think, how they said it's like they don't say everything, but they can still get it. That's crazy. That is actually crazy, y'all. So leaving it with that, it's just I don't know. It shouldn't happen, and the fact that these are, like I said, they are legal. They are illegal in a lot of states, but they say they can still get around them. It's like a judge just signs off of it. Judges are definitely part of this problem. They are useless to me. They don't know. They don't even be knowing all the things and they sign off on stuff. And it's not all judges, but it's a lot of them. Like the justice system sucks. They don't do anything. I'm like, is there even a way to stop any of this? Police, there are police officers, which I need to put on the list. There are police officers who purposely are, not police officers first. There are people who apply to be a police officer just so they can harm people. Y'all do know this, right? There are psychopaths like that who purposely want to like get over on people, plant drugs. They want to do illegal things because they think they can get away with it. So then they turn on people and they plan it on like a regular civilian. I seen a video like that too when they had him all on video. He went to jail for like 20 years, tried to plant drugs. It's just, oh my God. The fact that this is even any of this is legal is astonishing. What do you guys think? I don't believe these should be around. It's invasion of privacy. I don't care who it is. Like I said, if y'all looking for a serial killer, at first I said yeah, but I'm like no, because you can still have the wrong evidence. So no, I'm against them, okay? 100% against no-knock warrants. They're an invasion. It's scary, first of all. You seem like an intruder. If you was an intruder in my home, I would have a gun. I would have a weapon or something, and then you get killed. So, yeah, they should not be here. What do you guys think about this topic? Or do y'all agree with them, or do y'all disagree that we should have them? I really want to know. So I'll let you guys go, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.